Plagiarism, copying, piracy, intellectual property theft, stealing, and lack of due diligence in the security industry. For an industry and vocation that is supposed to protect against adverse outcomes, losses, theft, and is the keeper of customer secrets, there is a concerning level of borrowing, repurposing, and stealing of information, knowledge, and intellectual property. Mature professions and practices are built upon prior experience and knowledge of other experts, researchers, and practitioners. That is a good thing. If all any of us did were to use and implement our own limited knowledge and experience, none of us would get very far and our results would be predictably limited. It is essential that we study, learn, critique, and improve on past knowledge and the work of others, but credit and acknowledgement must be afforded along the way. There is a concerning level of immaturity and outright theft in the security industry when it comes to matters of information, knowledge, and practices. All too frequently, a customer will receive work product from a provider that has a conspicuous lack of references, citations, and acknowledgement of sources or others. I still find it incredible that buyers and receivers of such work product don't reject the results outright, but a lack of action by consumers helps perpetuation of the practice. A lack of references, citations, or acknowledgement of others in any work product implies or claims that results is 100% the output of the originator or company, without a single influence. If you believe that, I have a bridge you can buy. Not only is the probability of said work product being 100% independent of anything, but the acceptance and use of said recommendations would be extremely dangerous for businesses and management, because the recommendations and practices are unproven, like independent review, and have not been acknowledged as accepted practice within the security industry or profession. It is bad enough when individuals produce such work, but significantly worse when companies produce such results. This means that theft and questionable practices have become institutionalized within the organization. Sure, there are products and services that are done quickly or based on the timeliness of professional input, but even journalists separate fact from opinion and cite sources under time-critical conditions. All too often in the security industry, there are the predictable claims of discrete sources and client confidentiality, when in fact, much of the content and input can be found on most of the major media outlets already. These types of reports, assessments, and the like are easy to identify when they have institutionalized theft and claim 100% unique content, because they come presented as marketing documents with company branding dominant on every page, contact details at every turn, and come stamped with a vocabulary of smug thieves such as bespoke and proprietary, collective experience, and the like. I have been present at commercial workshops when my content and resources have been proudly displayed in reference to all the paying participants and claimed as the work of the provider of the training. Even when confronted, the response was, "Oh, that's just something we found on the internet," which they then sold to others and claimed as their own. I've had clients tell me of a fantastic sales pitch and superior outcome by a leading company, which was, in fact, the result of my team and I. Numerous times I've been engaged to review current and past works of security providers and practitioners. The first thing I look for is the accompanying list of references to determine the credibility and foundation upon which recommendations and practices are based upon. If there are none, the entire structure is nothing more than a house of cards. Some of the best books and resources in the security industry have been painstakingly researched, curated, and analysed by our best ambassadors of the security profession. They have referenced and cited every influence, resource, and source. So too should you. Furthermore, when you practice their recommendations, you must reference them, their work, and their findings. Diverse, researched, and critical work product is the mark of professionals and the most valuable to businesses and managers. 100% unique, bespoke, and proprietary product is the work of young children and amateurs. It's time consumers started rejecting bad practices and products, and professionals start shining more light on these all too common practices. I'm Tony Ridley, International Security and Risk Management Professional. Thank you for watching.